Hey guys, we're saving some money today by using an inexpensive buck converter, stepping down a DC voltage to one which our Power Wheels motor can handle. In this video, you'll learn how to quickly and safely change both the voltage and the current. Welcome to more Little Man Builds. So these step-down converters, also known as buck converters, are pretty widely available on either Amazon or AliExpress. I'll link the one I'm using in the description. And you can save a bit of money with these, as you don't need to fork out on an expensive benchtop power supply. Having said that, if you do have the money, I'd highly recommend the bench setup, but for today's purposes, I'll give you an overview of this simple device and show you how to quickly change both the voltage and the current. All you'll need is a multimeter. So the device is pretty simple. It's got two inputs, two outputs, two potentiometers for current and voltage adjustment. It accepts an input from 7 to 32 volts and has an output adjustment from 0.8 to 28 volts, and also will work within 0.2 and 9 amps. So on one side, we've got our meanwhile power supply that I just had laying around, and this can deliver 20 volts up to 11 amps. On the other side, I've got my trusty multimeter, and here is our buck converter. Now there's two ways you can connect to the buck converter. So I'm just using Wago connectors from one side of the power supply into the buck converter. And from the other side, we are connecting to our multimeter, and I'm using these alligator clips. Now, if you don't have alligator clips lying around, you can still use Wago connectors. So on one side, you can chuck the Wago connector here, and then using your probe, you can stick the probe in on the other side and measure it like this. So this is another solution you could use, but I'll go back to using my alligator clips. So let's plug this in and turn it on. And we'll turn on our voltmeter. And it's currently reading approximately 6 volts. So if you have a screwdriver laying around, you can put this on the potentiometer. And on this side, you can easily adjust the voltage. So by just twisting it very slowly, you can get the voltage to where you need it. So let's adjust this to 6 volts. That's good enough. And then if we change the multimeter to read how many amps, so just have to adjust this. So it's currently reading about 8 amps. And it works exactly the same way. You can put the screwdriver in on the potentiometer, and you can turn it to lower or to increase the amps as you require. Now this can only output 9 amps, and I would recommend staying below that anyway. Also, depending on your potentiometer, please be careful. Mine has a fuse that's set at 10 amps, which you can't quite read, but it's down the bottom here. So it can safely read a 7.5 amp, but do be careful what your multimeter fuse is set to. So that's it for today. Quite simple, and hope it helps.